killed himself. The end. Welcome back to Two Jews, One Gay. I'm Sarah R.W.
And I'm Samantha Swimmer.
And this is episode 7. 7's a lucky number.
It's 7, yeah.
Lucky number 7. And this episode's called Love is Blind? Love is Bleak. This episode is called Love is Bleak. How are you, Samantha?
I'm doing pretty well. You know, I had a really crazy work day, but we're here.
You had a crazy work day?
Yeah, people just kept asking me to do things. I hate when that happens.
I hate.
I'm like, don't you understand that I'm not supposed to, like, overexert myself?
Right, and also, I don't know if you relate to this, but when I did work in my former life, I was always like, I'm already the toast of the office. I'm already the one, the cultural center of the office. You want me to do that and my duties?
Yeah.
And arguably, which one provides more value?
Yeah. Today, I will say, was a big day of me doing other people's duties.
I like doing other people's jobs. And then, because then they look back at the work and they see how much better I do it than they do.
Right.
And then they know in their head that I'm better than them.
Yeah.
Really, you were just talking to me about how yesterday you needed to rest. This has been a very restful week for me as well. And you were watching Miss Congeniality, iconic movie. Sandra Bullock hot.
Sandra Bullock was so hot. I got in a fight about that, about whether or not Sandra Bullock was hot.
With your watching partner? Okay. What was their argument? He just said she isn't hot?
No. It wasn't that she isn't, but it wasn't like, it was kind of like, eh.
She's so hot.
I agree.
She's also really hot in The Blind Side.
I actually wonder, no, she's really hot in The Blind Side. For me, Sandra Bullock always plays like an uptight, bitchy character, which is like a draw for me.
That's your mommy thing.
Yeah, 100%.
You like her in The
I'm
Blind
like, she's
Side.
so organized.
Would you fuck the mom from Blind Side?
Yeah.
IRL.
Oh, the IRL version? No. But not because she's not hot.
No, because she has white savior syndrome.
Yeah. That's
the reason.
It's because of that.
But I think we came to a really interesting point because I said that my favorite part of Miss Congeniality is the makeover scene.
Yeah.
It's so relaxing. And there's something it's like watching a time-lapse video. But I came to the realization, and you agree, makeover scenes are toxic.
Oh, yeah. No, they are. But it is a really fun part. I mean, the thing is, like, you have to find the fun in it. I mean, I don't know. It's like you can be like, this is fundamentally problematic. And, like, and Sandra Bullock goes through, even if it's not a physical makeover, like, she, in every single movie she's in, maybe with the exception of The Blind Side, honestly, goes through some type of transformation where she goes from, like, uptight bitch to, like, more relaxed. And then by the end of the movie, it's like, she's still an uptight bitch, but she's, like, softened.
What's
and now
another
she's
movie
hot.
that she's in?
I mean, a classic is, like, The Proposal. She plays, like, a very similar character where, like, starts off, like, really, like, high-strung.
Alpha
bitch. And then The Heat, it's the same thing. Like, she, like, plays this character over and over and over and over and over again.
She's been typecast.
Yeah.
As an uptight bitch.
And, like, fundamentally, it is problematic. And honestly, like, all of her characters exist as, like, a foil for kind of, like, the feminism, like, really second-wave feminism of the, like, working woman. Like, people love to, like, break down the working woman with her.
Yeah.
Of, like, women can't have it all.
She is, like, the Gen X figurehead.
Yeah.
I think, you know. And then you look at her in real life, she has mixed-race babies that aren't hers biologically. You know, that's very Gen X.
Yeah.
Gen X celebrities loved going to another country and
did.
adopting a black or Asian child.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron. Why did you guys do that? They all watch this pod. I know you're all watching.
Sandra Bullock, dream guest.
Dream guest. Angelina Jolie, I think, would be a tough guest.
I wouldn't know how to talk to Angelina Jolie.
I think
how
she
would one approach that?
I think she only talks like she's, like, at a UNICEF presentation now.
I feel like her and Gwyneth Paltrow in my brain have a lot in common, but Angelina Jolie just, like, would never talk.
I feel like,
like
Angelina Jolie, she did it the right way.
Like Angelina Jolie, there's like she's also only eating bone broth. There's no way Angelina Jolie has eaten a solid in like.
You're so right. Angelina Jolie is Gwyneth Paltrow. If Gwyneth Paltrow shut the fuck up for 1 second.
But I'm Team Gwyneth.
Yeah, and I am Team Angelina.
I'm like, yeah,
Gwyneth
be
needs
a
to
problematic white woman. Share your every thought.
I love that you love her because that's off-brand for you.
I don't even love. It's honestly just like a fascination more than anything. Like,
also, you went in deep.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say that I love. It's not like I even. Yeah, I'm not like, oh my god, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah,
love her.
I have a friend
She's
who's like
mother.
that.
Like I'm not like that.
No, don't ever call Gwyneth Paltrow mother.
Gwyneth Paltrow is not. No, she's what I don't know. She's just so problematic, but it's so interesting to me.
Speaking of problematic, I saw on Dumois. Do you know Dumois? That apparently from the court camera angles, you can tell that she got a facelift.
Incredible.
And they're like, look at the scars. I love plastic surgery. I've never gotten it, but I'm very pro radical transparency about plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Just talk about it.
Yeah. You got it. Just, you know.
I also think it's kind of weird to go through medical school and become a cosmetic plastic surgeon.
I know. I feel like they should have their own school.
Yeah.
Because it is so weird. You're like, you do everything that everyone else has to. So, like, my dad went to medical school with someone who became, like, this really, like, prominent plastic surgeon. Cosmetic. And I'm like, they did the same thing? Like, I don't know. It's so weird.
I think it should cost more, too, for them.
Yeah, it
because
should.
They make way more money than all the rest of them.
Like, literally. Like, my dad's a pediatrician, which, like, pediatricians, like, kind of make the bottom. Yeah. And he works for, like, a state hospital. But specialty, so, you know, it evens out and doesn't even out. But, like, compared to, like, plastic surgeons, it's like he makes kind of the bottom tier of, like, what an attending. My dad makes, like, the kind of second to bottom tier of what an attendant can make, and then like these plastic surgeons.
What's bottom? Family medicine?
Yeah, or like family medicine, or like a general practitioner, or someone who does like just peds.
Specialty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they should have to pay more for medical school.
Yeah.
And I think that they should go on mission trips, but non-religious ones. And they should be fixing cleft palates. They should have to fix X amount of cleft palates a year.
I mean, I'm so curious about, like, the prominence of cleft palates.
Do you think we should stop fixing them?
No.
The way you said that was like I said something problematic. No. Isn't it, like, not good for them?
No. People should fix them. I just mean, I'm like, it's, like, kind of, like, I wonder what the, like, bias is there of, like, how often do cleft palates actually occur versus, like, how often are they portrayed?
That's so true. It's like quicksand of deformities.
I mean, for all I know, cleft palates could be, like, incredibly prominent, and I'm, like, completely off base. But I'm just like, how often does this really happen?
Palates occur.
Because there's, like, other plastic...
1 in 1,600. That's not nothing.
Whoa, that's a lot.
You might have a baby with a cleft lip.
That's so interesting. I never knew.
In the United States, it's 1 out of 1,700.
I never knew it was that prominent.
Wait. This is giving me... I'm not going to read this anymore. But yeah. Okay. But I think that they should have to do pro bono work for
every boob job you do. I mean, my contribution of, like, what I think that plastic surgeons should have to do, like, gender reassignment or gender, like, confirmation.
Oh, I think that confirmation. Except I do know that for the bottom surgery, you need special training for those.
Well, but I think that they should be I mean, like, if you're, like, coming up in plastic surgery.
That should be part of the curriculum.
That should be, like, a core part of your curriculum. And then you should have to do that pro bono.
But they do have to have, like, a urologist. Usually,
who
knows the penis specifically /
But we should be, but they should be providing their services.
I agree.
Especially top.
Yeah.
Top surgery is pretty straightforward, but bottom surgery is really complicated. You do
top for sure. They should be doing top surgeries. But I think it's also
like so much of, like, the gender confirmation surgery. Like, so much of that is like people have such negative experiences with their doctors who aren't that LGBTQ affirming.
Yeah.
People who, like, aren't familiar with the trans community, and so, like, they use a lot of language.
Yeah, I think for
really problematic.
Not that I really know specifically from experience, but, like, my mom had the only LGBTQ child and adolescent psych clinic in Kansas City, and it sounds like for where we are as a nation, if you have kids who are LGBTQ, all of their practitioners, you should have that conversation with them before.
Oh, 100%.
Like, are you actively pro
You have
LGBT?
to, especially, I mean, like, in California, yeah, it's, like, more common, but that people are affirming. But, like, if you're in a state where, like, they're putting restrictions on really any kind of LGBTQ care, like, not just surgery, but also just, like, hormones or, like, even just, like, mental health, like,
or
all
in
of it.
a state where conversion therapy is still legal,
yeah,
where that can be
like,
recommended by your psychiatrist.
And I think it's just true for, like, reproductive health care, too, like, abortion. Like, you want to know what your doctor stands on abortion
That's
or, like,
so
birth
true.
control. Or, it's getting weird.
I feel like it's weird that psychiatrists and therapists are allowed to have, like, political ideologies. Like, I feel like they shouldn't have a private...
But I just feel like you can't. I feel like when it comes to, like, any patient, doctor, or, like, patient client, or not client, patient caretaker. I don't really know what the word is, because not everyone's a doctor, but, like, this shows you how my brain is so fried. I've written so much today. Practitioner, yeah, client.
Yeah.
Or, like, patient relationships, like, I feel like it's more harmful when people pretend that there isn't their own personal biases.
That's true.
You know, where it's like I think some people do aim for neutrality, and they're like, oh, I don't have bias, and like, oh, I like leave my personal life at home, or I leave my shit at home when I'm working with people, but it's like that's physically impossible to do. And so I think it's like more helpful to kind of like come into the space of like, I know what my limitations are.
Yeah.
And then have kind of more transparency when you're working with clients. That doesn't mean that you should be like talking about your shit with people, but like I think it's okay to be transparent of like I actually like with the therapist I saw for a really long time, it was like really important to me that like she did share like similar like politics to me, because like politics are such a big part of my life, so it was important to me to be able to like talk about how politics impacts my mental health.
Yeah, without feeling like...
Without like, oh, is she going to feel
I'm having
weird?
to defend myself.
Yeah.
I guess it's true, because like if I was a therapist, I would be really judgy if like my client or patient was like my emotional support gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if he was like, you know, I would just be like, get over it.
Oh my God, I know.
Like if he came in like having a mental breakdown because like assault rifle ban or something, I'd just be like, I need you to grow up, little pussy. Yeah. That's what I'd say to him.
I don't know what that laugh was. But I just did.
It was cute. It was a cute gun laugh.
It was something. I'm like, please don't shoot me.
All right. Oh, do you want to get into Batch Nation?
Yeah.
Our experience.
We were almost canceled. They tried. First, they came for the Jews.
First, they came for the Jews. Then they came for the bisexuals. And then they came for us laughing at men.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, and then they came for Jewish bisexuals who think it's funny when men cry, because, which just to clarify, I don't think it's funny when men cry.
No, I thought the story about that guy crying while in a bed for the first time with this girl,
because they
watching Planet Earth, that is categorically hilarious that you cry to Planet Earth.
I'm not saying that men shouldn't be allowed to express themselves emotionally.
Right, they should.
They should.
Unless it's anger.
Yeah, no, anger is healthy. It's just about channeling it in a,
See, this is where Sam
non-insane way.
This is where Sam and I don't agree. No anger ever, man. Sadness is fine. I actually love a sad man. I actually prefer you sad.
I will beat you down until you are crying.
Yeah, I like my men sad.
My thing is just really patronage. So for those who don't follow us closely, which hopefully is a lot of you. No. I was like, hopefully you're not, Anyways, what happened is we had Katie Thurston, a dear friend of ours, on the pod. She was lovely. She did a great interview. And part of that interview ended up being picked up by this Bachelor Recap podcast,
who the host is also a comedian.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I mean, no hate, no shade, but
no,
make your own original content. Anyway.
It was him splicing. I mean, it kind of felt good, but it was him splicing.
It felt good for the first 2 minutes of it, and then when he started judging me, I was like, never mind, I fucking hate this.
So in his podcast, he took our podcast and then would stop it and react to it and commentate on it. And he was mad, one, because Sam, do you want to defend yourself here?
Look, I'm sorry that I said that men who like animals is a red flag.
But you didn't even say men who,
I didn't even say it
who
like
like
that.
love. Like,
okay,
love.
and can I will take my time to go on the record and explain this.
Good, you should.
Which is that there are, and I honestly feel even stronger about this now after talking to some people about it. But like, there's this whole category of specifically mostly white men, but also white women who, I mean, there are a lot of white women who do this too. But where they make like their entire thing about like animals and how much they love animals, and they treat animals way better than they treat
people.
Like other humans.
Yeah.
Like,
they
and
care
I'm just
way
like,
more.
yeah, like a classic example of this is there are all these white people in San Diego who really want dog parks, and now like dog parks are being funded more in the city budget than like literal, well, not more than homelessness, but like more than like some of like communities that are like predominantly black.
Oh.
So like they want new parks too. They want like new programs too. But it's like these dog parks are getting more funding.
But the white girls
white
in
people,
Little Italy need their dog parks.
And it's just like, can we all just take a second to recognize that like dogs are great, wild animals are great. I have nothing against them, but it's like people, or even like with the safari trips to Africa, I'm like, you're literally going into a like heavily colonized area, and you're contributing to this like tourism movement that just like continues to like drain resources off the continent, and like subjugates people even further. And what are you doing to like contribute to the region other than just like harm the wildlife? I don't know. Like,
question: How do I ethically meet an elephant? Can you be my person on this? Because
I feel like the best way to do it, and I don't know if this is like right, is like to go to the San Diego Safari Park.
You can't meet them.
You can do giraffes.
Yeah,
you can do
I
elephants.
Specifically need an elephant.
Okay, I actually have a hookup to an elephant.
You have a connection with an elephant?
Yeah, I've met an elephant.
Okay, we'll talk about this.
I'm starting to like fuck animal people. It does involve a zoo. I know zoos are complicated.
Most zoos are bad.
Zoos are bad.
Most zoos are bad. Not San Diego Zoo though. Is it? I don't want to make it. No, we can't. This is where I draw a line. We can't make fun of the San Diego.
I love the San Diego Zoo.
We can't get banned from there.
I fucking love this.
Anyways, this guy really hated that she said guys who love animals
I'm
are
sorry
red
for not
flag.
liking colonialism. Okay, I'm sorry for not liking colonialism. I'm sorry for thinking that people should be treated better than animals.
And that's where you got confused, Dave. She's anti-racism, anti-colonialism. Whoops. Didn't see that coming, did you? Didn't think to ask, did you?
Think twice before you take down the Jewish bisexual community, because it was personal.
It was
to all of us. To all of us.
Yeah, we brought it to the group, and they're all pissed.
But it wasn't even him. It was really these like 34-year-old white women. I'm assuming that's how old they were.
They
fucking in the were just like, hey, first of all, fucking thirsting for him. They're like, you're such a sensitive man. And then they were like, I love Blake. And I was like, who cares?
They're also like, we want to see you interview Katie.
Yeah.
She's ours. Ownership. Also, really big deal. Last night was the Love is Blind Netflix crash of 2023.
It's honestly so funny that happened.
There was Black Tuesday in October 1929. There was a stock market crash of 1987.
Amen.
And there was the Love Island Netflix crash of April 16th, 2023.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched it yet, but I've watched all of the rest of Love Island.
I haven't finished it.
And you haven't finished it, and I'm going to spoil it for her live for you all right now. Who do you think gets married?
Okay. I think that...
Well, I'll say, do you think Kwame and What's-Her-Face get married?
No.
Okay. Do you think Brett and Tiffany get married?
Yes.
Do you think Micah and Paul get married?
No.
Do you think... who's the last one?
What's his face? The weird guy.
Bliss and Zach?
Zach. Okay, so I've been trying really hard to not have social media spoil it for me today, and I saw something that might indicate. So I think they did get married.
Okay. Is that all?
Mm-hmm. No. Oh, well, Marshall.
Oh, yeah, Marshall and Jackie.
But I'd already seen them broke up.
They get married? No.
I was like, what?
Okay. Micah and Paul do not get married. And
who says no?
So Micah's supposed to go first, and Micah says, I think the best thing for a relationship, Paul, is if I give you the chance to go first.
What?
And he says no. And she says later that she would have said yes if he said yes, but she just like was looking for the sign that like he was all in.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I think she was like my least favorite.
Well, first of all, big red flag that she was friends with that absolute rancid bitch at the beginning.
Okay, kind of a annoying though.
You like that
She's
girl?
the closest thing we had to a villain this whole season. Wasn't
I like
Irina?
a villain, but you have to be able to recognize she's a bitch.
Oh, she wasn't.
Irina.
No, she wasn't great. And I blame Zach for picking her though.
Yeah, no, that was a mistake.
I was like, what are you doing? You have a girl who's like baking you cupcakes.
You know what I think
And then a girl who forgot it was your birthday.
You know what I think it is because Irina has a popular girl voice, and clearly Zach is a fucking loser.
Yeah.
And he wanted to date the popular girl.
I mean, yeah.
You know what it's like having a popular girl
I have
voice.
a popular girl voice, but I'm not a popular girl or anything else. So.
Okay, Brett and Tiffany, they get married.
Slay. That were the only ones I was like, they're getting married. I feel like they're so cute.
I love Tiffany.
I think they're my like favorite couple ever. He's kind of boring, but not in a bad way.
No,
like,
but they're so
they're boring
healthy.
in a stable way where I'm like, they're gonna be married for a long time.
Like he's 33,
it's like
she's
Cameron,
36.
It's Lauren and Cameron vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they're gonna be good. They got it.
Except with none of the interracial like intrigue.
Yeah.
You know, that was such a part.
No, I really like them. I think that they're like a really like they just seem normal. Like, and it's hard to tell from, but I was like, oh yeah, you're just like a nice couple.
No, they seem, and they like both are go-getters. Like I think they're gonna build a beautiful.
And they're also like adorable. They're both like really cute.
Yeah, they're so cute. Who's next? Kwame and Chelsea.
There's no way.
They get married.
What?
I could not believe it, Samantha. Could not believe it.
Who said yes first?
Chelsea.
Like, she got asked first?
She was asked first, and then you could tell white as paper as he's about to answer. That man does not like that woman.
He hates her. I've never seen anyone have so much contempt.
Resentment and contempt.
And she just has like yoga pant vibes. And I'm like, she's just living in her little like she's like Pilates girl. She's like white Pilates girl.
She's Pilates girl. She's like, I love her like pink studio.
Yeah. Like I'm not like, oh, I want to be friends with this person, but I'm like, she seems fine. I don't know.
Although I did see a take online that she's fetishizing Kwame.
Okay, I also saw that. And I just haven't seen enough of the show to like.
I mean, I saw she's always like this close to him.
That's true. It does have Get Out vibes. It does.
Oh my God, you're so right. It has Get Out vibes.
There was like something off of her and I couldn't put my finger on it, and that's what it is. It's Allison Williams and Get Out. That's what it is.
It is like the layman version.
And I feel like I felt bad for her because I was like, oh my God, you're pining after this guy that's not into you. But now, upon further consideration, yeah.
Although I will say, Kwame reads to me as, because you learn at the beginning that he was a former professional soccer player,
right,
and that an injury took him out of the game earlier than he ever thought.
Devastating.
He gives that. Like, I was owed this stardom. I was used to being this hot shot, and I want that. And you want to know something? He was on Marriage at First Sight.
Yeah, I
Before this, red flag.
That is. Married at First Sight.
Serial reality TV star, especially dating, red flag.
But also the shows that are, at least it was like another show about marriage, so I'll give him that.
Where he's going into it for marriage.
Like, it's not like he's, like, I feel like there are people who go for like the less serious ones and then go to the serious one, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Wait, are they still together? Oh, you haven't seen the reunion?
I haven't seen the reunion yet, but there are, I have a feeling, yes, from the things I've seen.
They're terrifying. That's a shock. I'm genuinely really shocked.
Have you met his sister yet? So his sister comes on.
I haven't seen that yet.
She makes me like him twice as much as I did before. His sister is one of the loveliest,
okay. So I just need to
sweetest,
get to
most
that part.
welcoming. And she tells both of them, Chelsea and Kwame, the day of the wedding, if like separately, like if you do not say yes, I'm going to drag you back down that aisle. Like she wants the wedding to happen because also his mom never gives her blessing.
That's sad.
And so that's also like really mega.
Yeah, fascinating.
So I just spoiled Love is Blind for you.
Wait, isn't there another couple?
Zach and Bliss, they get married.
Yeah, that's what I kind of saw a spoiler on.
Yeah, Zach and Bliss get married, which they do seem so happy. Like she loves him.
I just can't believe he didn't pick her. Like, I'm glad she got over it because I don't think it's like good to be petty, but like.
No, that's a huge.
That would have hurt my. I would have been really insecure
herself.
because there are like other times where people like, and obviously this was like even more extreme because like he took her to the fucking like getaway trip.
Oh yeah,
but
Mexico.
there are other times where like people go with their second. I mean, Kwame, like he went with his second choice, and that can be like such a deep-seated insecurity for like the rest of the fucking thing. But she wasn't even just a second choice. Like she was like not even a choice.
Right. He proposed to
Yeah.
Arena. Also, Kwame, I wonder if now that he knows that Micah isn't married, if he has second thoughts. Because he was in love with Micah.
He must have known that she's already not married though.
You think?
They all know because they all like have a text group and stuff. I think.
You're probably right. But okay. But whenever he found out,
He
I
probably
wonder if
was
he was like, I bet he assumed Micah and Paul were getting married because they did seem solid.
Really, they never seem solid to me.
They seem solid, like.
From the outside, maybe, but
Yeah.
I feel like Micah was never actually into Paul, and never into Kwame. I feel like she wanted.
Just a manipulator.
I saw a tweet that was like Micah and Irina wanted to be on Too Hot to Handle, and I'm like, yeah.
And we're hot enough to go
Yeah.
on. That's funny. That's funny. Also, something of note, Vanessa and Nick Lachey are the hosts of that job. I just want to let Netflix, we will do it for 1/4 of the price.
1/8 the price.
1/8, whatever they...
112?
Name your price.
I would consider doing it for like free for the
Exposure.
first season.
Yeah.
For exposure.
Give us a test season. We'll pair a room and board. But give us a chance. Because whatever you're paying them is too much.
Oh, yeah. And they're not even...
They're
not great.
They're barely facilitators.
We would have so much... I mean, like, look how great, like, other comics have done hosting shows. I mean...
Yeah.
Like...
And queer people.
F-Boy Island.
Mm-hmm. Andy Cohen, he's not a comic, but he's gay.
He's a comedic personality.
And you guys are probably not ready for gay, so...
You're not ready.
Here,
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Pesach. It was
It was last
Passover.
week. How long did you last?
Maybe. Actually, not even a day.
And let me just say, I was not planning on keeping Pesach, which for our non-Jewish viewers is Passover. Not supposed to eat leavened bread or leavened products, anything with yeast for 7 days.
Yeah, for like a week.
And Sarah convinced me to do it.
I did.
And I literally tried.
Well, you're welcome. First of all, I brought you closer with Hashem. So you're welcome for that. You're the one that said you might want to be a rabbi. I'm just getting you ready. I was totally planning on doing it, and then I was in Kansas City, and then no one was doing it.
That's really hard.
And then, like, my family at home really only goes out to eat. I'm like, we're not in this together. Not one of you is in it.
That's really
And they all ordered beers the first meal that after Seder. And so I was like, okay, well, I want to be part of the group. I'm very impressionable.
I know.
Yeah. You do know. I'm very impressionable. So, yeah, I didn't keep it. And then we were at the airport the next day. It's very hard to keep Passover.
There's not many airport. That makes sense.
I needed a bagel. Airport bagel.
So my Passover journey was I decided that I could have a loose interpretation of what leavened products meant.
Yeah.
So I was like, pita is fine.
Yeah, pita flat.
It's flat. There's
Tortilla flat.
There's barely any rice.
Yeah. Rice according to who?
So I did eat some like falafel. I had like a falafel pita situation, which is fine.
When did you break it?
Okay. I broke it the day I came to your house. I broke it that Sunday morning.
Oh, for Survivor Sunday?
Not for Survivor Sunday. I was really hungry. I'm thinking I were going to eat food. and I was like, a sandwich sounds really good.
Oh, so you got a sandwich.
I got a huge sandwich. Have you ever been to Rubicon Deli?
Yes.
I got.
Did you go to the one in Mission Hills?
We had it delivered. But I had, the one in Mission Hills. Mm-hmm. This big. And I ate the whole thing.
The full sandwich?
I got the full sandwich! I ate, I guess, 80% of it.
Guys, you have to understand, the ciabatta that it comes from, is it ciabatta that it's on?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's huge.
It was and I didn't know. I'd never been, so I didn't realize that
the half is a full.
A half is a full. And a full
submarine.
is this big, and I ate the whole thing.
Wow.
I was so, bread deprived.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so good. And I was like, do you think this is actually that good, or am I just not eating bread? And then I had pizza when we came to your house.
I will say the other thing is, I was smoked for it, by God. I was so sick this week.
That's true.
I had a fever. And that's probably directly because I did not keep Pesach.
Maybe.
So.
That makes sense.
Count your.
Do you need a Misha Barach?
Yes, I do. Thank you for saying that. Misha.
We did not start on a good key. Okay. You ready?
Misha. No, that's too high.
Yeah.
I'm sick.
Misha Barach. Imotenu bechol Avraham Avotenu. May those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. And let us say, Amen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like that we do prayers on our solo episodes.
I mean.
Thank you for that.
I like that we both didn't know the same part of it.
Yeah, that is funny that we did.
No.
Also this weekend at the club I work at, Carlos Mencia was headlining. First enemy of the pod.
Well, I mean, not the first, but...
Who's the other first?
I feel like we have a lot of... Here's the thing that I want everyone to know. We have a long list of secret enemies that we'll never reveal.
Never reveal.
They're some of them might even show up as guests.
Some of them think they're our friends.
Some of them think that we like them.
It's
and now if you're watching, you're trying to figure out if it's you, and if you think it's you, it's not you.
It's not you.
That's a thing.
That's the thing.
It's a thing.
And if
I think
you're sitting there and you're like, there's no way it's me, it might be you.
Except for a couple people, it's definitely not you.
If it's one of two people, it's not you. Don't worry.
If it's a group that we, it's not you. Don't worry. But none of them will even watch it.
No, I know.
One of them doesn't. I mean, not our enemies. I mean, the people who it's not.
Carlos is the only one that watches it.
Carlos is the only one.
Love you, Carlos.
It's not you.
It's not you.
I just have to say that because some of our friends are paranoid. But
Carlos Mencia is the first named enemy of the pod. Carlos Mencia did over 2 hours long sets every single night.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Friday and Saturday, 2 shows.
Yes. Over 2 hours. And he had 30 minutes of openers. Let's see, what else did he do? Oh, at one point, he blows the mic, dome in the mouth with the microphone. That it is my job to set up and clean and take care of. And I'm just walking, and then he takes it out of his mouth, mimes it as his penis, and he goes, but loogie, like a man version, and spreads it.
Can I just say, a lot of male comics do the this is my penis thing, and women too.
Yeah.
A lot of comics are like, this is a penis.
This is the penis.
But
is the new
I've
thing
never
to stool.
seen
Someone's
disgusting. He broke how many things? He broke a mic stand.
He broke a mic stand.
He broke a stool.
He broke the stool. He broke a glass on stage.
I heard he dented the mic.
Yep.
Because he kept dropping.
Oh yeah, he kept mic dropping. He mic dropped every show. Carlos Mencia, there's no need to mic drop 5 shows in a row. I heard
he did improv karaoke.
He did do improv karaoke.
Where he made you play songs.
Oh my God, he kept saying, DJ. He kept calling me DJ in the back. I am a sound engineer.
Have some respect for women in STEM.
Women in STEM don't get the credit they deserve. Carlos Mencia. Also, his whole set was like, America's not a bad place.
I heard he brought out his 14-year-old son and said in front of his son that he was going to fuck his mom that night.
Something to that extent. He also, he also compared being publicly called out for stealing jokes to the Black experience. And there was a group of like...
I heard he compared himself to Jesus and Gandhi.
There was a family of like 10, a lot of them were visiting from Alabama, of Black people. And he was like, and when you go through shit like I do, like Black people, and points at them. And he said the N-word many times, a couple times with hard R.
I hope that gets him canceled.
It won't.
And like my favorite part about it is like his whole like I was canceled. You weren't canceled. You were called out for stealing people's jokes. Like,
which is
it's
fine.
not like you're being canceled for what you said on stage.
No.
It's not like, oh, your content is inappropriate and we're censoring you. It's like you literally are stealing people's content.
And I mean, not that it's any mystery, but like plagiarizing is always bad. But I feel like comics take it especially hard because one, our words are all we have. And they're not written timestamps out there like other forms of writing.
I also feel so differently about people where they're like, they take one joke a comic does, and it's like, you joke theft or whatever. And it's like, okay. Like, especially like opposite ends of the country.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen people in New York just clips where like they've had almost identical jokes to what I have. Like, and I know neither of us have stolen
But it's like such a different phenomenon than like your entire set is stolen material.
Or when it's beat for beat, tag for tag. Yeah.
Or it's like when you're lifting like Bill Cosby jokes.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, like.
And another favorite part of this weekend was so he goes over, right? At this usually the shows come down. On a normal night, the show is over at 11. The show did not end until like 1 a.m. every single night.
And like sometimes when you have like big celebrity type things, it'll go till like 12.
Yeah, sometimes, right. Like when Dave Attell.
Yeah.
And not even, he does a 45-minute set, Carlos. Dave Attell does a 45-minute set.
But there are people who will go till 12.
Yeah. There are. And like, whatever. He goes till 1. And now we have to... and then he does
1.
Yeah, and then he does a meet and greet afterwards.
Yeah.
For free. And so the whole room stays. And so we're all waiting, blah, blah, blah. And then I hear a bunch of Prince pizzas has just been delivered for free. He got them for free. And I was like, well, that's nice. We're going to get fed. And that, I feel like, was important because we were so tired. I worked almost an 8-hour shift at a comedy club. We're waiting. Room clears out. He's holding like 7 of the 10 boxes. His manager's holding the other 3. Good night, everybody. He takes all of the pizzas home to his hotel with him. All 10 pizzas.
I saw Carlos eating some.
That was the second night.
Okay.
That he did the pizzas. The first night, he took all of them with him. He walks out.
And then the second night, I heard that he didn't even give them to staff, though. He just had given them to
He gave them, he also gave some to the audience.
But not to staff.
Not to staff. He gave one to Ryan.
That's how Carlos City got it.
And Ryan came out and started handing it out because Ryan, who got paid $50 to host, is a better person.
For the whole weekend or for each night?
For each show is $50.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
No, so $250 for the weekend. Not great.
Not great, but you know.
But not nothing.
Not nothing.
I'll take it.
Damn.
So that was Carlos Mencia. Oh, here. I'll be a fair journalist, though. He crushed all shows.
Really?
Crushed. That was what was really disheartening.
But it wasn't because the material was good.
I have a hard time being objective about this.
I've heard that I feel like it was bad.
It was hack.
I agree that it was bad.
It was hack, but he crushed. Harder than I've ever crushed.
But like it's his selective audience. When you're
I
that
just want
level.
to give him that credit. While I'm literally
You're
dragging
tough,
his name through the mud, I just want to say he did crush 5 out of 5 shows.
There you go.
So, that's that. Narcissism, clinical narcissism is real.
He definitely has it.
I don't think he's able to empathize.
No. if you were able to empathize, you would have, like, fucking given people pizza.
Or, like, said sorry for stealing jokes.
Or, like, didn't make people beg for tips.
Right. People had to ask. His servers had to ask for tip. So,
Anyway.
yeah, he has narcissism. Carlos Mencia, I know
You've been warned.
You've been warned.
Enemy of the pod.
When this blows up, we're going to revisit this. And we'll have you on, and we'll talk about it.
He'll never come on our pod.
I don't know. He went on Bobby Lee's podcast, but they're friends. Carlos, come on the show.
Come on the show. Anytime you want. You're welcome. We'll destroy you.
Are you watching American Idol?
No. Only on TikTok.
Oh, see.
Give the clips.
I just binged American Idol. Pretty good talent. We don't have to. Never mind. I like it this year.
No, it's impressive.
I noticed you weren't at Coachella this weekend.
I was not at Coachella this weekend.
Have you ever been?
No.
Have you ever been to a music festival?
No.
Never.
No.
Good.
I'm Well,
I feel like they're kind of anti-Semitic.
I'm sure we could find a reason for why they
Well,
are.
the bathrooms.
Yeah, that's so true. I feel like for me, so like Coachella was like really big in high school. Like for my high school, like everybody went. And I like if you had asked sophomore me, I'd been like, yes, senior year, I want to go to Coachella. And senior year, I did get invited to go to Stagecoach, not Coachella, because I was friends with the Republicans.
We would have been such good friends in high school. Stagecoach.
I mean, everyone at my high school was a Republican, so it wasn't like
really?
pickings were slim. Yeah, not everyone, but like I got bullied for being a Democrat in high school.
I would have bullied you.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, but
I didn't go to Stagecoach.
Okay, Stagecoach. I would be so mad at you if you ever went to Stagecoach.
That's fair.
Because that's so off-brand.
Yeah, well, Coachella is too. I mean, the thing is, like, they seem fun in theory, but like I can barely do concerts.
I've just started learning how to enjoy concerts.
I like like a small concert with like a small band, like when we go to like Chris's stuff. Lovely.
Lovely.
I love live music a lot. I just don't.
I like when you said Chris's stuff when the only time you've been was at a really nice seafood restaurant. That's what I call.
That was a concert.
You're like, that was my favorite concert I've ever been to.
No, but I've seen, like, Soda Bar. I go to Soda Bar a lot.
Soda Bar's great.
I love that vibe. Or, like, Music Box.
Observatory
I love.
Okay.
So, like, kind of, for the people who live in San Diego, these are, like,
mid-size.
Small to mid-size. Because Soda Bar's tiny.
Soda Bar's tiny.
But, like, small to mid-size. Observatory's larger.
Observatory,
But these are, like,
what's the one in Solana Beach? The Belly Room?
Yeah, Belly Room's cute.
Yeah, I like those
I can even do, like, I can do the small to medium. I like. I don't like moshing, though.
No!
I don't like
I'm
moshing.
not a big GA fan.
Moshing makes me feel like I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I wasn't built to be a mosher.
Anytime I see a large group of men, you watch them go into mob mentality, fear.
I love the concept of, like, I have a seat assigned to me, and if I want to stand up, I can.
Yes.
That's, like,
love
such
that.
a fun concept. But also, I do like, if it's a smaller space, like, I don't need to sit down. I don't need to have an assigned seat. But I just get overwhelmed.
I love an amphitheater.
But then, yeah, I love an outdoor situation. And I will say, I do like a stadium show.
But not in GA.
Not in GA. If it's for the right person. Like,
Right.
I saw Beyonce at the old Qualcomm, and, like, that was life-changing.
Duh.
But I don't even, like, I'm not interested in seeing, like, any of, like, I'm not going to spend the money on those shows anymore, though.
No, I think
they've all gotten way too expensive. They didn't used to be that insane.
No, I think, like, the last.
Like, I'm not like, oh yeah, I need to see Taylor Swift.
No,
or,
I
like,
see
even the new Beyonce. I'm like, I saw Beyonce and I've seen Beyonce. Not, I'm like, you know.
I think, like I would have liked to have gone to the Elton John show.
Same. My sister got to go, and I'm kind of sad I didn't go.
So, like, that's one. I saw Haim in Santa Barbara at an
really
outdoor
cute.
amphitheater.
That's lovely.
Very much my speed.
I like
Drank wine.
I like the SDSU.
Yeah, I saw Casey Musgraves there.
Yeah, I saw Idina Menzel there.
Idina Menzel. that is.
The like shows I've seen there. Can I just say I've seen Idina Menzel. I saw John Mulaney.
Fun.
And I saw like one other thing at that venue.
Like
but
Jason
it's like
Mraz
all
or something
no,
like that.
like literally all like weird stuff. I mean, not that John Mulaney's weird.
No, but just like
it's just like funny to like see a
Lizzo was
comedy show
there
outside.
like a few years ago.
I would love to see Lizzo live. They were supposed to get her for like a spring concert weekend that my school does, but then they ended up going with someone else, and I was livid. I think they went. I think it was the year they went with Dram, but I can't remember.
I don't know who that is.
The song's like Broccoli. That song. Yeah, exactly. Who is that? Where's Lizzo? Anyways.
But yeah, so I've never been to Coachella. In college, 2 years in a row, I went to Lolla.
Ugh.
Like,
I think my roommate's been to Lolla. I was not interested.
Did I see Alabama Shakes open for Paul McCartney?
I love Alabama Shakes.
Yes. Did I see Britney do a guest guitar with Paul McCartney? That was awesome. Yeah. I'm really glad for that. Did I see Chance the Rapper front row do acid rap? Yeah. But I saw Lorde.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm naming all of my favorites.
Okay.
To then say, would I ever do it again? No. Only porta potties.
Ugh.
Only porta potties. You have.
I would just pee outside at that point.
Yeah, I know.
And I wouldn't shit the whole weekend.
No,
but that's just like,
I wasn't drinking water, so I could avoid.
I genuinely, like, in situations like that, I just wouldn't shit. That's the beauty of conservation. I can go a really long time.
Also, there's water stations and the lines are so long. I'm like, that's not safe. The food was good though, but also I'm not a big fan of the city of Chicago. So, whoops. I hope we don't have any Chicago fans out there. But yeah, but Coachella. This was weekend 1, right? There's two more weekends of it.
No, there's one more.
There's only 2 weekends.
Yeah.
And both weekends, all 3 days are the same.
I think so.
That's so interesting to me.
Yeah. I don't actually know.
Who's headlining it this year? Oh, I heard Frank Ocean's set
bad.
sucked.
Yeah, Frank Ocean was there. Charlie XCX was there. I do like Charlie.
But I couldn't care less to see.
There were a bunch of people there I honestly forgotten. So.
Yeah, so there we go. It also, I saw on TikTok that it's very common for like influencer people, girls and guys, to drive to Indio, get an Airbnb, take all the pictures, do all the outfits, but never actually go.
Really?
Because it's like just for optics.
That's so interesting.
Anything that's cool in influencer culture now, I'm anti. Without even giving it a shot.
Except for Katie Thurston.
No, Katie is different. I'm talking about like...
Just the culture.
Well, I guess Katie did go to... Katie's fine. Katie, you can do whatever you want. I'm talking about the idiots, and you're not one of them.
Should we play a game?
Yeah.
Okay. As we all know, this is a podcast for musical theater.
Gays.
Enthusiasts. Gays.
Gays is a synonym for enthusiasts.
Yeah, pretty much. When it comes to musical theater, at least.
Yeah.
And we've prepared Marry, Fuck, Kill.
Well, should we say also 2 things, and then we can lead into it. 1, Phantom closed on Broadway for the first time in 35 years.
Which is crazy.
I cried.
I didn't. But I don't have that emotional relationship to the show.
I really like the show. I'm like obsessed with Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Same, except for Cats.
As an individual man.
Oh, yeah. Also, I love
obsessed.
Evita. I'm sorry. I'm like an Evita apologist.
That's funny.
I'm an Evita apologist.
Not my top 20, Evita.
I wouldn't say it's my top 20, but I'm an apologist.
Okay. But I love him. I'm really sad that his son died. Like,
That was so sad.
I cannot believe that they dared close it, like, right after his son died.
I know. It's horrible.
But rumor has it that it's going to reopen soon in the same theater, completely restaged.
Okay, that's actually really exciting.
And because, like the chandelier crashing is a big part of it,
yeah.
And then the boat thing. So I think with the new technology.
It's going to get a little boop boop.
Also, the first sneak peeks of Wicked.
Why is it so dark?
It's so dark.
Why is it so dark?
I'm
really excited though. I'm sure they'll fix it.
Ever since Game of Thrones,
I know,
everything's
I'm traumatized.
so
They're like,
dark.
I know.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Okay, everything's so dark, and I don't have good eyes like that.
I don't either. I'm like, that whole last season of Game of Thrones, I was just like watching it like the whole time.
But then the paparazzi shots came out today of Ariana, and she's squinting.
I know.
And if I have to see, I love Ariana. I love Ariana Grande. What she went through in Manchester.
Literally. Well, Manchester, what she went through, just in her personal life too.
With
Mac Miller.
Mac Miller. She's a She's a warrior and very talented. But Ari, open your eyes.
I feel like they could have just been catching her in a bad moment.
Maybe.
I'm like putting a lot of faith in this movie to be good. So I'm just like, I refuse.
Cynthia Erivo.
Cynthia. It's gonna be so good.
Good.
They didn't cast James Corden for that.
They didn't cast
They didn't cast James Corden.
Who's isn't Jeff Goldblum the wizard? That's so good.
Visionary casting.
Who else is in it?
A bunch of people, but I can't remember.
Fiyero. Who's Fiyero?
Why don't I know this? I'm like, I swear my brain is
Is it
so
the guy
fried.
from Newsies?
I can't remember.
Okay.
This is something I knew,
but
not anymore.
Now leads us
to Marry, Fuck, Kill, Broadway edition. Are we ready?
Yes.
The first one. Music Man, Annie, Oklahoma.
MFK. So we'll both do both. We'll both do all of them. Okay.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah. Kill Music Man. I hate Music Man. I hate music. First of all, it takes place in Indiana. Hate Indiana. I lived there for far too long.
Indiana,
terrible city. Fuck Oklahoma, marry Annie. Because if you fuck Annie, that is a problem. She's a child. But I love Annie, and I always wanted to be her.
I'm killing Annie. I saw that musical
Infanticide
2 times a year for like my entire childhood.
Okay.
Because that's every damn children's theater and also for some reason professional theater in the city of San Diego put on that damn musical.
I love it.
So I've seen it, and my friend was Annie like 10,000 times.
Was she really talented?
Mm-hmm. She acts now too.
When you're stuck with the day, that's great.
I also hate children singing. That's like big for me. I hate children singing. Hate it. Gypsy, like I can't watch.
My dad was on Broadway, Gypsy.
Because they cast little kids in it.
So you hate Matilda?
No, because it's all right.
The musical one?
I love the movie. The musical's in it. Okay.
So you
I'm
kill Annie.
I don't want to marry Oklahoma, though. I guess I'm fucking Oklahoma.
Marrying?
And I'm marrying the music
Ew! Judgment. Why do you like Music
Marrying the
Man?
librarian.
Yeah, and?
I love her.
What's that one song what's her one solo at the beginning that's boring, but I really like it?
I don't know.
Good night.
Oh,
my
yeah.
someone. Good night, my love.
Do you like
that's the only song
The King and I?
Yeah, problematic.
Yeah. So problematic.
Guess who did Asian face for that? My dad. He had to wear eyeliner. My dad also played Othello. Am I getting my dad canceled right now?
Maybe.
It was back when people did that. He was 83.
Do you want to do the next one?
Okay, MFK, Hamilton, Dear Evan Hansen, Book of Mormon, the trifecta of new age brilliance on Broadway.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm killing Dear Evan Hansen because it's like trauma porn in the weirdest way. The story's so bizarre. Yeah. The music's like you're like have so much whiplash. You like cry so much when you watch it because it's like so emotionally charged, and then you leave the theater like, what the fuck did I just experience?
Yeah, and it's all like techie.
It should come with like so many trigger warnings. Like it's so upsetting. Okay. I can't only kill one. I'm fucking Hamilton because some of it's catchy and I love some of the songs, but it's a one-time thing for me.
Okay.
I'm marrying Book of Mormon. I really do love Book of Mormon.
I love Book of Mormon. I think they have one of the best opening songs in Broadway. Hello. Their last chord.
It's so good. It's like the like when you get the like little
yes.
The
okay,
harmony.
so I'm also killing Dear Evan Hansen.
I mean, how could you not?
Mostly because for the movie,
Ben Platt.
you need to face some consequences for that.
That was horrible. What were they doing? I used to like Ben Platt a lot. Like,
I used to like Ben Platt a lot.
It's upsetting because he's Jewish. He like went to the summer camp with like a lot of my friends.
He's like
and,
best friends with Beanie Feldstein,
and,
who we like.
I really want to love him. And honestly, his first album I really, really liked. And like some of the songs are really, really good.
His vibrato can get annoying to me.
But
he's also friends with my former nemesis, but I told you I let go of her.
That's good. Healthy.
So I'm killing. I'm marrying Hamilton.
Okay. 1776.
New York City.
New York City.
I was singing it today.
Me? Are you
that,
a member,
sir?
sir?
That depends. Who's asking?
Oh,
Oh, sure, sir. I'm Alexander Hamilton. I'm at your service, sir. Wait, I'm at your service, sir. I'm getting nervous.
I've been looking for you.
I'm getting nervous,
sir.
I've been seeking an accelerated course of study.
When I got out of order sorts with a buddy of yours, I might have punched him. It's a blur. Sir, he handles the financial.
You punched the bursar?
I can do really the whole thing.
Yeah, same. Okay, we probably that one. Anyways, Hamilton, I'm marrying. It's a comfort thing for me. During the pandemic, it was released on Disney Plus, and I watched it a lot. I just really. And Book of Mormon, I'm fucking because that wild bitch is gonna be a good fucking time. That and gay.
True.
It feels gay, that show. Gayer than the other two.
It is. It's very gay.
Yeah.
Wicked, Rent, Chicago.
This is a hard one.
I can go first.
Yeah, you go first. You said it was as she exhales.
And then I thought about it. See? And then I go harder.
And
okay.
Yeah.
I'm marrying.
Yeah, dude, this one's really hard.
No.
Wicked, Red, Chicago.
This is actually so hard. I was like, because I could kill.
And if you kill one?
Can I explain my thought process?
But if you kill one, it stops existing.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. If I were to kill, like, at first, face value, I was like, I'll kill Rent. Because Rent is really, like, problematic. But then I was like, but I do.
Wait,
and I don't love.
What's the popular opinion why it's problematic?
Because it, like, glamorizes, like, that crisis. It also, like, kind of whitewashes it. It also, like, doesn't center, like, it kind of, like, glamorizes, like, it doesn't center the people who are, like, most impacted by AIDS. And it, like, in many ways kind of glamorizes the experience. And it also, like, centers this white guy. Like, it centers this, like, white, you know.
Because he was a white guy.
Yeah.
It's somewhat autobiographical.
Yeah.
White guys can't have friends who have AIDS, Sam.
This is true.
And they can write musicals about it.
But a lot of people, I think people's biggest critique is of, like, the glamorization of it, which I kind of, like, feel mixed about because I do think you can, like, celebrate the joy of life even, like, amidst tragedy.
And I think, first of all, Broadway musicals are for being able to find levity.
No, exactly.
In tough things, to find accessibility and emotions.
Yeah.
Something that without the song and dance, you're not able to access it the same way.
No, I agree.
And I think, I don't know. I don't, maybe it is problematic. I don't know.
Well, I think you can have both.
It's a capsule of the space and time.
I mean, what I don't like is when people, like, dismiss art just because it's problematic. It's like, no, you're supposed to engage with art. You're supposed to, like, wrestle with art and, like. And if art doesn't make you think, then, like, that's bad.
The starring, like, what, 8? 4 of them are black.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sure.
For the 90s? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If you do diversity inflation, that's like if it was 100% black in 2023.
It's just hard because I will say Rent, I'm the least attached to the score of the 3. There are a couple songs in Rent I really like, but like, the score of Wicked, I love from my childhood. And, like, it was such a big... And Chicago and Wicked are, like, the musicals of my childhood.
Same.
And, like, the score... I mean, Chicago, I feel like I have to marry. But then I'm like, I don't want to fuck Wicked. So honestly, I'm like, I might... But I also kind of want to fuck Chicago. But I'm like, Chicago's, like, my top.
I want to fuck Chicago like the Fosse.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, I guess I'll fuck Chicago. And marry Wicked and kill Rent. But the thing is, I love Idina. I love, like, that era of, like, Idina Menzel.
And speaking of, like, the original cast of Wicked, no black people.
No. Yeah, I mean, Wicked can die. Wicked can die.
That's so sad.
No one mourns the wicked. Okay.
I love that song. What's your favorite song from Wicked?
Probably I'm Not That Girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Deep cut.
Or the, like, No Good Deed. Is that what it's on?
Wow.
I love that song.
Not popular picks. Popular picks.
Yeah.
I really like For Good.
That song I feel like got ruined for me because it was, like, a song that I sang with my elementary school nemesis. on our like middle school graduation or elementary school like graduation, middle school, yeah.
Oh.
Because we didn't like each other, but we like grew to be okay, and then I was like, this would be really cool for us to sing the song, and it's like so
that
stupid.
gives me
It's
the
so cringe. I know. That's why I'm killing Wicked.
Okay, so you're killing Wicked. You're fucking Rent.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get AIDS, and you're marrying Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm marrying Wicked, fucking Chicago, killing Rent.
Damn, you made me feel bad about killing Rent.
Yeah, that's how I'm a hypocrite.
600 minutes.
Ugh.
500.
That soundtrack though does take me back to my theater days. Okay, next one.
Hairspray, Grease.
Okay, so this is easy the kill is easy for me.
Okay, go.
Kill Hair.
I love Hair.
I think Hair is one of the creepiest musicals of all
I
time.
love Hair. Did you see it at the Globe when it was here?
Mm-mm.
They did it was outdoors. It was really fun.
The Age of Aquarius. I should love that song as an Aquarius. Creeps me out. Don't like it. I'm marrying Grease, fucking Hairspray. I'm fucking those high school students.
Well, I mean, either way, you're fucking high school students.
Yeah, except everyone in Grease, the movie, was 45 years old. They're ancient.
I'm killing... I'm fucking Hair. That's just freaky in a fun way.
It'll be a good lay.
It's all about love. It's all about love.
It'll be like
I'm fucking
acid
Hair.
trip.
And I'm killing Hair. I don't know. I'm marrying Hairspray and killing Grease, I think. I don't really know.
I get that.
Hairspray's weird. Hairspray's like the blind side of musicals in many ways. We're like, I get what you're doing here. Also, no. But,
in my ivory tower, life was just a hostess snack. But now I've tasted chocolate, and I'll never go back. 'Cause without love. I love that song.
Me too.
Hey, but you say I'm fatphobic. Good. Is it bad fatphobic or good? Is it good for that or bad for that?
I feel like it depends on how they do it. It can go both ways.
The movie.
Tracy Turnblad. The movie. I would say.
They had a fat girl dating Zac Efron. I feel like that's a win.
But like her being fat was like her entire character.
No, dancing was her entire character. So maybe that says more about you, Sam.
But then her mom
is trans icon.
John Travolta.
No, but also so drag.
Yeah, it is drag. I mean, Hairspray has its moments. It's fun. The music's really good.
Queen Latifah.
And they're like, good morning, Baltimore.
Also, I Can Hear the Bells is so good.
I can hear the bells.
Also, there's a light.
Yeah, I do like that song.
In the darkness, in the night, black as my skin. Someone sang that song at my high school for the Pops concert.
White?
Who was white?
Oh, that's a no. That's a no.
My ex-boyfriend's sister.
That's tough.
So you're fucking Hair, killing Grease, marrying Hairspray. Oh, also, you want to know some tea? Old-fashioned Broadway tea? When Hair was on Broadway, during intermission, this screen would come down that had cutouts in it.
Right.
And you would get paid an extra $50 as an actor if you came in with naked to one of those things. Yeah. And my dad had a friend who did it every night almost, unless they were like busy.
Go, go, go.
Extra money
You
with inflation.
Stop my happiness 'cause I like the way I have. The final one.
Final one.
Cabaret, Cats, A Chorus Line.
Okay.
This is easy.
I'm fucking A Chorus Line because hot. All those leggy girls.
So leggy.
So leggy, so beautiful. Marrying Cabaret. Cabaret is such. When I saw Cabaret for the first time, I was in college. I'd never seen it before.
Yeah.
No one told me
that it was a Nazi thing.
It was a Nazi thing.
That's like Sound of Music. Sound of Music's also like sneaky.
I thought it was just a sexy thing, Kit Kat Club thing. I did not know it was the Weimar Republic. Yeah, I did not know, and
also like there's some real anti-Semitism in that show. I mean, like commentary, but it's
And the production I saw, so obviously the MC is supposed to be like androgynous, maybe trans, whatever.
Right.
And
queer vibes, yeah.
Queer vibes. In my production that I saw, you know, like how what he did when everything is like now sad and everyone is he like did this really beautiful dance costume change out of his thing into the striped. I could cry right now. It was effective.
That's beautiful.
And he had the yellow thing.
I mean, the music in it is
Remember
so good
the,
too.
not the yellow thing, the pink thing.
Oh,
for
the
queers.
That's
and then
that's a lot.
everyone came out in the stripes of the concentration camps.
Like there's a couple.
Also, I love that Sally Boyles doesn't need to have a good voice for the show.
I'm in.
That I could be Sally.
Anyone could be Sally.
Anyone could be Sally. Have you seen that episode of Schitt's Creek?
Of course.
So
of
good.
course.
Best
of
season.
course.
Best season.
I've seen every Schitt's Creek.
Okay, so marrying cabaret fucking chorus line, killing cats. There's no plot.
I'm killing cats.
We're killing cats.
Wonder-
Sorry,
we
Sir
were to fuck
Andrew.
it, but
Yeah.
no, cats sucks. Cats is like my bottom.
I do really love the message of memory.
Bottom.
It's so
they have one song.
sad.
I once fucked to the soundtrack of Cats though.
A man or a woman?
Man.
Ew, Samantha. If
It
it was a
was an
woman,
accident!
I would have felt
It
okay.
was an accident.
You just pressed shuffle and then it was there?
No, we were like, we'd already fucked, and then we were like
Let's.
listening. No, then we were like talking. You know how it is.
Mhm.
And then we were like talking about musicals and which musicals we liked, and I was like, I fucking hate Cats, and he's like, I love Cats. And then I was like, just listen to the music or whatever. Like, he's like, really listen to it. And then we like put it on, forgot about it,
And then
started
had
having sex, and
again.
then when it was over, I was like, oh, Cats is still going in the background. I didn't have a speaker; it was just on my like phone.
Ew, that tinny cat noise. You know, like the tinny speakers.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Say love you. I'm killing cats.
Mm-hmm. That much you've said.
I think I'm debating. The other two are hard because I do like a chorus line.
You're gonna fuck a Holocaust musical?
Is that worse than marrying it? I feel like I'll marry
marrying it, you're keeping them.
Okay, I'll marry Cabaret and I mean, honestly, chorus line just for that one in the finale, the way they hit that. But I will say, to wrap it all up, to tie the thread together, my grandparents' synagogue in Long Beach, California. Well, I guess it wasn't around Long Beach, California, did a charity event or like a fundraising event that I don't remember what it was called, but my family calls it Cantor. And at this event, they had cantors from all over the area come to perform like pop songs.
This is crazy.
And my mother has never been so drunk in her life. So, like,
this was
we
Coachella
go to
for Jews.
Yeah. So we get to this like synagogue that's honestly kind of like a bummer of a synagogue. Like it's dying.
Okay, not
it's
cute.
dying.
Not a cute one.
And like they have like it's like starts as like a little mixer, and they have like sangria and like other like things. I was underage. I was like probably like 16.
Were you drinking?
No, I was like 16 when this happened, and my mom was like chugging the sangria, just like
That synagogue sangria.
No day.
What if
just
it was
like,
made with Manischewitz?
It probably was, but she didn't give a fuck. This rabbi gets on the mic and he's like, we want to thank like, let's just say, I don't remember the names. Let's say it's like John and like Linda Sackler or whatever.
Sackler.
I mean, it
triggering.
From there, like for introducing like sangria to our congregation. They were just on a trip to España.
Oh my god.
And discovered
Oh my god.
sangria, and I've brought it to the United States. It's this exotic like drink that no one's ever heard of,
That's
kind of a thing.
so funny.
And we're like, okay. And then we get into the room and we make like a beeline for the back.
Okay.
And this like woman running it comes up to us. She's like, the Schwimmer family, and we're like, cause like we were with my grandparents, and we're like, yeah. And she's like, you have a table in the front. So we like go to the front. Can I just say, I do not stop laughing the entire time. I'm like dying because I cannot sit through, like, if people are really off key singing and it's, like,
they're
a
bad.
performance.
They're bad.
They were horrible.
Oh, no.
But my favorite part, and I was, like, losing it. Like, just, I was, like, laughing. I felt bad my, like, grandparents were there. Like, it was, like, bad.
Yeah.
My mom was, like, drunk off her ass, just, like, being belligerently drunk. I was, like, laughing the whole time. Everyone else was, like, not behaving themselves.
Uh-huh.
And these, like, it was, like, 5 cantors come up with, like, little microphones, and they do At the Ballet from the chorus line.
Oh my God.
Off key the whole song. Like, and that's a long ass song.
Yeah, that's a long song. I thought you were going to say 5 seasons of love.
That would have been really good.
The Cantors.
Cantor,
Spotlight.
Cantor. But that was my. That's when people are like, "How Jewish are you?" I'm like,
That Jewish.
That
That
Jewish.
is Jewish Coachella.
Yeah.
Battle of the Cantors.
it was bad.
Wow.
And for people who don't know, like, cantors are supposed to have good voices.
Yeah.
But they don't know pop songs. That's the other, or like musical. Like it's not like it doesn't translate necessarily.
I know. What they need to be able to do is cantonate the Torah,
Yeah.
which I guess is different than musicals.
Yeah. Did you do the 4 questions at your Seder?
I always do.
Even though you're not the youngest?
Whitney gets too nervous. Whitney can't
Stage
take the
fright.
heat of the 4 questions.
I kind of had to do mine because I was the youngest of the Jews.
We had the youngest.
But I
person.
also led my Seder.
See, my dad leads it, but really,
I'm just like,
underground.
but can I just say, I led my Seder, and my grandma the entire time was trying to get my dad to do it. I was being undermined.
Oh my God.
My
there was a coup.
leadership was being undermined.
I also
I didn't
manufactured
appreciate
it,
it.
so Whitney had to read The Simple Son.
Amazing. My uncle was at the end of the table, and every time, and he kept being like, "You need to explain that to your friends. Can you explain that to your friends? Can you explain that to your friends?" And I was like,
Did you have goys at yours?
"Yeah, I invited my goy friends," and I was like, "They don't need to know."
We had more goys than Jews.
We had like slightly more Jews than goys, but it was close.
But yeah, my dad really loves running the show. My friend
Yes.
KK found the Afikoiman, got $50.
I forgot to hide it, so that's on me.
Oh my God, you really are a rabbi. Rabbi Sam.
Well, I was like annoyed because I was like,
What Chagada do you use?
about a really bad one. We should change it. It's like
We
really
do the
cringe.
concise family Seder.
I like that one because I led Seders like throughout college.
Mm.
I was like, I'm the person to do this.
Mm.
My leadership was undermined.
Were you drunk?
No.
You didn't do the 4 classes?
Well, I had to drive. To realize
All in all, this Passover, I'm disappointed.
it was not great. It was not great. But, Sylvie, should we do our mind comps? The visual aid.
Mein Kampf of the Week by Adolf Hitler and Sarah R.W. and Samantha Schwimmer. Chapter 1. Okay.
This is just you showing off that you know how to read.
No.
You're beating the charges.
Right, I am not. What's her name? Leah?
Michelle?
Michelle. She's the one that doesn't know how to read.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to read. What was
Also,
your comp?
First of all, don't you kind of think it's brave of this guy to put his name as the translator?
I mean, for historical reasons, I guess.
Mannheim? Do you think that's Jewish?
I'm going to piss off another group of men on this episode.
What?
Men who are into World War II history.
Have you seen Band of Brothers? No. Watch Band of Brothers before you come for these men, because I get it.
Men who are into Civil War.
Civil War? Yeah, that's weird.
There are all these like Civil War reenactors. I'm like, what's your deal?
That's weird.
What's your deal?
Especially one side is worse than the other.
People who are into military history in general, I have questions. I have lots of questions.
My dad would like have so much to say to you right now.
That's fine.
About how like the reason our country is alive is because of learning military history.
And look how good we're doing.
The benefactor is a veteran.
I know.
Samantha.
And I thank him for his service.
Thank you.
I said that almost with a I do. I do thank you for your service.
No, I like World War II. Don't act like
You like what happened?
you love what happened. Some of the world's greatest hits. No, I like learning about it. And the only World War I museum in the nation is in Kansas City, the National World War I Museum. That was a fucked up war. Yeah. Trenches.
More people died from the Spanish influenza, though.
1 million horses died in World War One.
Wow, where are the animal rights activists on that?
Yeah, fuck you guys. I saw War Horse on
Katie's
Broadway.
fans who don't like us. What are you doing about the horses that died in World War One? Huh? What are you doing for them?
Name one of them.
Name one horse.
That died in World War One. Name 3 of their best songs. Name 3 of the best songs from the 1 million horses that died in World War One. Mein Kampf of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like, that's the thing. This one's like kind of a layup. Is like I was so sick and had to work Carlos Mencia's show.
Yep.
That was really hard for me. I had to give up a spot.
That sucks. Being sick sucks.
And this is the first. Also, this is the first time I got really sick without health insurance. So I survived. That's Mein Kampf. What's your comp? Here.
I don't know that I need images of me holding. It's historical.
Yeah, it's historical. I mean, here's the thing. What are they gonna do? Cancel us? We obviously cancel us. We're not for this. We're not obviously for this. We're reclaiming it. We're reclaiming our time. Okay? What would Hitler do if he saw a Jew do this? And this. Ah.
Well, now I don't want to touch it.
Well,
Your
here.
terms. So, thank you.
Take that, Hitler. Okay? Be proud. Be a proud holder of my comp. What's your comp?
My comp of the week. Honestly, it was a pretty good week. Just really busy, but I'm sure I
You
can.
didn't see me much. Maybe that's why you had such a good week. Say no. I'm setting it up for you. Say that's not it.
That wasn't it.
Okay, thank
That
you.
wasn't it. You were dearly missed.
Thank you. It actually didn't seem like it this time. Usually when I go out of commission, bad things happen. This week seemed like you guys all got on fine.
I honestly was so busy. That's the thing. It's like I'm like a toddler. You have to keep me like really preoccupied, and then I'm fine. And I literally had like no free time this entire weekend. I spent like maybe 2 minutes by myself this entire weekend.
Oh, like free time. I was gonna say you went to the Padres game.
Yeah, for work.
I didn't know that was for work.
It was for work. Well, I mean,
a man went with you.
yeah. It wasn't for work. It was for
Straight
fun.
man.
It was for fun. I had fun.
Yeah.
I had a fun time. But I got the tickets at work.
I heard that that he did well with the coworkers. That's good.
I'm trying to think what my comp was. Yeah, my comp was not spending enough time with Sarah this week. That's my comp. I did miss you.
I missed you too.
I did miss you.
You know, remember that one time you were like, when I was gone for a week, and you're like, is she mad at me? That was me this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't mad at you.
Thank you. But I felt like you were mad at me this week.
No.
That's my comp.
That's so sad. I wasn't mad at you at all. I just didn't want to. I tried to check in. I tried to check in like a healthy amount.
You did.
I didn't want to seem overbearing.
No, I know.
That's a hard thing. It's like I don't want to feel like.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Yeah, I was like, if I text her every hour for a status update,
No.
she'll think I'm crazy. Fuck, I cracked it.
Your screen protector?
Yeah, well, the camera protector, which I've only had for like less than a month. It's already.
Well, thank God for that.
Well, should we do some light reading to close out?
Yeah, so we have some research to do, guys. This has been episode 7 of Two Jews. Oh! We have something to tell them. We have something big to tell them.
Big news. Big news. Big news. Big news.
2 Jews, 1 Gay is having our first live show! Woo!
At Mic Drop Comedy Club in, I keep calling it Kearney Mesa. I don't know.
Yeah, in Kearney Mesa.
Kearney Mesa. Claremont. Off Claremont.
Off Claremont, San Diego, Mic Drop, May 3rd, Wednesday.
7:30 p.m.
Doors open at 6:30. Headlining, Robbie Hoffman.
We got Robbie Hoffman.
Robbie Hoffman.
Someone I know didn't get Robbie Hoffman. I haven't told you that yet. But
and other great queer and or Jewish comics. And we will be playing some games. There's only 50 tickets available, guys.
and they're already going fast.
They're going fast.
Get them while you can.
But come see us. It's going to be such a fun time.
We have merch.
We have merch.
We have merch.
So that's the big news.
That's really exciting. You can get a chapstick. You can get a Two Jews, One Gay chapstick.
And
which I know is what everyone's been wanting.
And a sticker of me crying and her comforting.
Yeah.
So that's the news. And just so you know, if you don't come, it's over. It's done. I can't even think about it. Goodbye, guys. This has been episode 7, 2 Jews, 1 Gay. I'm Sarah RW. I almost used my Christian name. I'm Sarah RW.
God forbid. I'm Samantha Schwimmer.
This is a bi-weekly podcast because
we are bisexuals.
Goodbye. Jews are bad. Oh, shit.
I never
Germanic state. The Star of David. It will be remembered not as a star, but as a shield. As if that's not your metaphor, idiot. It is. Mogan means shield.
Yeah, idiot. Dumb.
He's so stupid. Plagiarized.
Dumb. Oh my god, he's the Carlos Mencia.
He's the Carlos. Hitler's the Carlos Mencia of history.